Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If you want to see me apply this full face of new to me makeup and share my thoughts, do a wear test and sum up what I think of all this new makeup, some just new to me, some of them are newer products, then just keep watching. I'm going to start with the J1 Jelly Pack Concentrated Multifunctional Gel Primer with Niacinamide and Adenosine. Now, everyone was going mad for this primer a few years ago, and it is still available online, but only from a few stores, so I'm not sure if it's been discontinued. I don't really hear people talk about it anymore. But yeah, I wanted to see what all the hype was about. 2 years late, people were saying this was a dupe for the Sisley Double Tensor Primer. So it says to dispense a dime-sized amount onto fingertips and gently sweep onto cleansed skin, pat into skin for a complete skincare routine and mask experience in one product. Okay. A perfect one-step routine for the morning, but can also be layered with a night cream. So I needed to double check that this was actually a primer, which it is, but it seems like it doubles as skincare as well. I'll slap, it feels sticky. I will say the Sisley one feels nicer. I get why people say it like gives that sucking, tightening motion on the skin. That experience for me is not a nice one. It feels extremely tacky. I don't know if this is going to dry down a bit. Doesn't really smell of anything. Too much. Maybe a mild chemically scent. But my first impression is I did not enjoy putting that on the skin. It does have a lot of good reviews. People are giving it 4.5 stars on the Look Fantastic website. So it says, treat your complexion to the J1 Jelly Pack Multifunctional Gel Primer, a Korean beauty marvel that delivers firming, lifting and anti-aging benefits. Fortified with hyaluronic acid and feruline, a powerful antioxidant, the jelly textured formula infuses the skin with long-lasting moisture and hydration whilst defending against pollution and environmental aggressors for a smoother, more refined complexion. Combining the properties of a mask, treatment and a primer, the unique blend enhances firmness and elasticity as it combats dullness and uneven tone to prepare for a flawless makeup application. A dose of chamomile flower water soothes and replenishes to leave you with a fresh, dewy visage. Now, if it does all those things, I could probably get past the texture. This is £32 for 50 millilitres on the ASOS website. Now, that seems like it's got a lot of skincare benefits infused, and it says just to apply to clean skin. I actually did prep my skin today. I just used the Argentum Infinite Cream. Now that one actually does a good job of like sucking and tightening the skin. So I don't know if I've overdone it there with the prep products. I do see a little glow to my skin that I like. It still feels sticky, so I'm a bit cautious about that one. My initial impression was that I didn't enjoy the experience of putting it on. But let's see if I get flawless makeup application with my next product, which is relatively new-ish foundation. It's the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation Plus Skincare. I'm going skincare overboard in my makeup products today. This claims to improve bare skin within 2 weeks, which again, if that claim is true, that would be fabulous. For a natural looking buildable coverage, shake well and apply 1 to 2 pumps to clean skin using your favourite It Cosmetics foundation brush. For best results, start at the centre of your face and then blend outwards. Now, I prefer to apply foundation with fingertips and then blend with a sponge rather than a brush. So I'll see how I get on with it that way. Oh, do you know, I'd only bought this recently and it kind of looks a bit like it had separated there. So this one needs a really, really, really good shake. And I think I ended up doing a couple of pumps just because it was the first time of use to get it out of the tube. And I'll start at the centre of the face. It's going on. Wow. Oh my gosh, I think I've started to like the primer. That spread on so smooth. And I think that it was the base, you know. I take it all back, jelly pack. Now I'm looking really pale on here under the lights. However, it's a good match for my skin tone in real life. That's looking kind of like a medium coverage at the moment. I'm going to take my pre-dampened sponge. I'm just going to bounce that into the skin. I do like the way this has made my skin look. It just looks evened out, luminous. It appears to be like a natural skin finish. It's not particularly dewy or matte. I'm just going to let that settle for a while and I'll read about the claims and then see if I need to go back in with any more. Okay, so this claims to be a water weight. It is a very thin consistency, medium buildable coverage with a natural radiant finish. It's your foundation for better looking skin. Really nice and natural. So it says that it's going to minimise the look of pores and imperfections while delivering all-day hydration, wear with a natural radiant finish. Suitable for all skin types, infused with hyaluronic acid. I'm overdosing on hyaluronic acid today. Aloe vera, vitamin E, B5 and Hippies acid. Your skin loving foundation works behind the scenes as you wear it. It visibly evens the appearance of skin tone, refines the skin texture. So it contains micro-fine pearl powders to provide a radiant natural finish. Let's see if I need any more. I'm going to go with one pump more just so I can see how it builds. Very liquidy. I'm using the shade, by the way, Light Cool 20. Just pat a bit more on. You probably would get a bit better coverage if you did apply with a brush. Really good match for my skin. I don't even think I really need to put any on my neck. My sponge will have soaked up some of the product, so they recommend you apply it with a brush, which will give even a bit more decent coverage. I'm loving how luminous it's making my skin look. Really, really natural. First impressions are that this is a really good everyday foundation. It's not melting into my skin quite as much as I'd like it to, however, that could be the primer. It's the only problem when you're doing first impressions. You're not entirely sure what's doing what because you're unfamiliar with all of the products. I'd almost like to build more, but I've got new concealer to try, so I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, my skin looks nice. I'm not blown away. I don't look like a red carpet goddess, but I'm not supposed to. This is just supposed to be your skin, but better. And I think it definitely has done that. It's £32 for 30 mils. I'll have to see how it wears and if it does keep my skin hydrated all day. Following with the theme, It Cosmetics, I'm going to give their Bye Bye Under Eye full covering anti-aging waterproof concealer a go. So this is obviously designed for the under eye area. I have the shade 10.5 light. I will squeeze a little bit onto my fingers. This is what it looks like, and this is obviously designed to target dark circles. I don't actually suffer from dark circles. I do suffer from shadowing, but because the light's shining on me, you can't actually see that. But when I step into the daylight, I will have darkness under my eyes. So this concealer looks bright enough to bring some illumination to my under eye area. It's a little bit lighter than my skin tone. It feels a little bit sticky actually. It does feel quite heavy, but then it is a full coverage concealer. So if you have very dark shadowing under your eyes, you might like this. I'm going to just press that in again with the same sponge I used for my foundation. And I can already tell this is a little bit heavy for my liking, but I'm not mad because it claimed to be a full coverage product, so I was not expecting it to be lightweight. This might be one that you turn to after a sleepless night if you've got some serious dark circles. That is some serious coverage, and I think if I tried to build that up anymore, it could get really, really cakey. I don't love the texture, but I think it would be churlish to whinge about it because that's probably going to be the trade-off for the very decent coverage it is providing. This one costs £25 for 12 mils. It claims to be your beauty sleep in a tube. It's their #1 best-selling concealer. It has 24 true-to-skin shades for your perfect match. I think It Cosmetics have improved their shade range after complaints that there weren't enough shades for deeper complexions. So how many does that foundation have actually? I've clicked back onto the foundation, and as you can see, there's better representation for deeper skin tones because they used to only have about 2 shades for deeper skin in their collection. So they've obviously responded to the need to cater for everyone and become more inclusive. Bye Bye Under Eye concealer is water resistant, highly pigmented, long lasting coverage concealer infused again with skin loving ingredients. This concealer improves the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, helping skin to appear younger, and effectively conceals the look of skin imperfections including dark circles and discoloration. I like the sound of that. Yep, it's got in vitamins, collagen, hyaluronic acid and antioxidants. Since it contains collagen, I'm guessing that it is not suitable for vegans. Yeah, I've just had a look on the vegan makeup Tumblr, and yep, people are saying the collagen is derived from animals. So I think that's a shame, and I think it's a shame that wasn't made clear. I'm not personally a vegan. I just don't like the idea of animal products in my skincare or makeup. It started to crease a bit under the eyes, so I think I can say personally that I probably would not be rushing to repurchase that product. Now, I do have another concealer to try. I finally got round to trying the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away liquid concealer. I have the shade Fair 2. So this has a sponge on, and I'm just going to twist up. There we go. Okay, it's just starting to come through. Well, I'm not sure if that's going to be a little bit too deep for me. Let's give it a go. No, actually, the It Cosmetics foundation has done a really good job of evening out my skin tone, I'm just going to pat this on to where I've got any imperfections, a little bit of redness around the nose, just tapping over where I can kind of see remnants of acne scarring. This shade looks to be a good match for, oh, it's all kind of oozing out, or don't want to waste it. Not sure how I feel about this brush, this applicator tip. I am going to bounce that in with my sponge, seeming to melt really effortlessly into the skin. It's no surprise that I'm enjoying this product. I enjoy the vast majority of Charlotte Tilbury products that I try. It's annoying me how that concealer keeps creasing under my eyes. I think most concealers I've tried do crease when I put them under my eyes though. Have you found one that doesn't crease? If so, please tell me all about it in the comments section. I think that my complexion's looking pretty good. I think it looks natural yet radiant, dare I say glowy. I'm really happy with that. Magic Away concealer is £24 for 4ml, and of course the packaging as always is gorgeous. It has a 4.3 star rating on the Charlotte Tilbury website. My shade 2 was the fairest with pink undertones. I think I was hoping to use it under my eyes, but it works really well for my winter skin. So it claims to be the magic wand of makeup for perfect looking skin. Magic Away concealer is an incredible full coverage liquid concealer in a pink porcelain shade for fair skin with cool undertones. For 5 years, Charlotte Tilbury has been working on this holy grail of concealers that reduces the appearance of dark circles, blemishes and imperfections for fresher looking skin instantly. So you can obviously use this under the eyes and on the face. I wonder if I'd had a better result if I'd used that under my eyes rather than the It Cosmetics one. So it contains Persian silk tree bark extract, which can contribute to the lifted illusion of the upper eyelid, good to know, as well as reducing crow's feet, wrinkles and dark circles. So we've got a skincare aspect in there too. Palmitoyl glycerin, also known as the Bliss molecule, helps to reduce the appearance of lines and wrinkles. Extracts of wild indigo is a native Indian plant that helps to enhance the skin's luminosity. The new Magic Precision Cushion Applicator is designed to roll over imperfections and hug under the eye for the most flawless application of your life. I so wish I'd pushed it under my eye. Ideal if you want a full coverage liquid concealer to cover dark circles, imperfections and blemishes. It's interesting, people are giving it a high rating, but the first review said sheer coverage. But a lot of people are saying it's the best concealer they've ever used. But one person said meh. But the consensus seems to be that this one is fab. I'm going to move on to bronzer now, and I have a little Kosas palette. It's the Tropic Equinox Colour and Light Cream Duo. So looks like this. And we've got a cream shade there for... it is actually a blush and a highlight, but this particular shade is described oftentimes as a bronzer duo. So I'm going to use it to bronze because I don't have any other new items in the way of bronze. So I think what I'm going to do is actually use my sponge because it's a cream product. So I'm just going to dip into here. This could go wrong. And I'm just going to... Ooh. It's a good shade actually. Don't know if I should be using it for contouring because it does look quite warm, but I'm committed to it now. Yep. I'm just going to kind of blend this in around the perimeter of my face because it does have quite a warmed tone. Don't know why I'm surprised, considering it was called Tropic Equinox. Oh, that's lovely. Really natural. Easy to bounce into the skin. Just put a bit of that. Give a sun-kissed appearance to the nose. I like that. Seems to be quite a nice, easy product that you could use on the go. And I clearly just have the urge to put it all over, which is a good sign. Wow, I think this would be lovely to use in summer as well. It looks natural. I'm a fan. This is £32 from Chèrie and it contains 9 grams of product. It's available in quite a few different shades. So it's a weightless buildable cream for complexion with dimension, optically blended colours, designed and chosen to cultivate naturally radiant lip from within lustre on the skin in a range of tones for a universally flattering effect. I think it's really nice. So Tropic Equinox is a prismatic bronzer duo that provides a shortcut to warm, breezy, sun-kissed complexion. Actually says to use fingertips to apply. Yeah, you can basically use it however you want, as a blush, as a bronzer, and then I've got that highlight as well. But I'm going to use, because I've used this one to bronze, I'm going to use a different blush. I am going to use the blush shade from the Natasha Denona Blush Glow Duo. I've just got the mini one, which looks like this. The only thing about these little mini palettes is that sometimes it's hard to get your brush in. So I'm going to use a Luxie 552. Just stamp some colour onto the brush, tap off. There was a bit of kickback there, and then I'm going to smile. Very subtle. I don't usually like to use powder blushes, but it was a new one that I had. I got it in a beauty advent calendar, got it in the Look Fantastic calendar. I'm going to go in and try to build that because very sheer. It's pretty, it's got a nice sheen to it. Really nice kind of angelic sheen. Takes a long time to build up though. And I'm going to stop before I suddenly start to look like a crazy doll without realising what I've done. Pretty enough. I'm not blown away by it, to be honest, first impressions. So this little mini compact costs £16 for 4 grams. And it contains an all over glow in the shade number 1 Light, which is the highlight section, and the blush is called Golden Coral. Pretty cute for popping in your bag on the go. It's got a 4-star review from the ratings on Look Fantastic. Now I think what I'll do is I'll use a bit of the Kosas highlighter, the cream one. I'm just going to use my fingers for this. Feels nice and creamy. And I'm just going to tap that on. I know I'm tapping that on over the powder, which was maybe a bit silly, but again, it's a really nice, subtle cream highlight. Kosas makeup, it's a clean, natural beauty brand. I like the subtle results that you get from it. I'm still glowing. And then what I'm going to do, just so I can say that I've tried everything, I'm going to use a little bit of the highlight from this compact, just so I can show you. Don't really have a highlighter brush, but I'll make this work. It's just a Spectrum A05 sculpting brush. I'll use a tapered end to pick up some of that highlighter shade. That's a really kind of nice, don't even know how to describe this shade, almost gold, but a muted kind of pinky rose gold. So, wow, that's building the glow. More impressed by the kind of power of the highlighter than the blush in this one. I'm going to put more on because I love to glow. It's kind of there, but it's not too over the top, but it's still pretty. I think I am looking angelically glowy today. I'm really liking what I've got going on so far. So that's my complexion done. I'm going to move on to eyes. I had a few palettes that I haven't dipped into yet, but I wanted to try one from a brand I've never used before, so I'm not even familiar with the formula. So I'm going to use the Latte 2 palette from Dominique Cosmetics. It's super cute. It's got a mirror inside. It says every day is a fresh start, and it's got these shades, plenty of neutrals, and then some interesting pops of colour. I am going to keep the look quite simple for day. I'm going to use a Spectrum CO6, and I'm going to dip into this Café con Leche for my crease transition shade. I'm not sure if it'll show up actually because it looks super similar to my skin type, so I've dipped into there. Bit of kickback, which is not a problem for me, and I'm just gonna put that in my crease. And yeah, it's not really showing up at all on my skin tone, so it would be a good kind of base colour, I guess, over the lid if you are fair like me. Yeah, that didn't do much at all, but it's just because it's such a good match for my skin tone. I could use this to cancel out any veins that were visible. I'm going to keep it daytime appropriate, and I'm just going to pop some of the iced coffee shade all over my lid. I'm just going to press into that one with a finger. It's kind of a glossy chocolatey brown with a bit of a shimmer. Very nice foiled effect. And that's just me going in there with a dry finger. You could intensify this, I think, a lot more if you used a wet brush. That's really nice. I want to take a little bit of this under the lid, even though it's got a hint of shimmer. I'm just using an Eco Tools Shade and Define brush. I'll use the Define end to dip into iced coffee again and pop that under my eye. Going heavier on the outer corner and tapering off as I get closer to the inner eye. That concealer is creasing, it's really bugging me. Really bugging me. I'm not a fan of that concealer. So I'm just going to take the same Spectrum CO6 brush just to buff in where that transitions. Quite a nice formula. Not blown away. I hear people saying good things about Dominique Cosmetics. I'm just going to put a bit more of that shade on to the centre of the lid to give it a bit of pop. I'm quite underwhelmed, I guess. I'm not going to use any of these darker shades, browns, because it might be a bit too much for the day, and I'm not going to use any of those wacky coloured shades because I'm kind of a boring gal. This palette is £40 on Beauty Bay. So yeah, it's a mix of mattes, metallics, each finely milled, glide onto the lid for a seamless look that has high impact. It gets a 4.6 star ratings. One person said it's not worth the money, but generally really, really well regarded. Yeah, it's quite nice for a daytime eye. So I am going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Colour Chameleon in the shade Champagne Diamonds. Now this is one of the shadow sticks. It's designed to be used on blue eyes, but I'm just going to use that nice golden shade just to pop in the inner corner. I have used this before, but in another colour. Wow, it's quite, I wasn't expecting it to be that glittery. It's got quite visible glitter, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm committed to it now. Those colour chameleons are quite hard to work with. They set down really fast. That wasn't a problem with me today because I was just popping that in my inner corner. Okay, so this has a 4-star rating on the Charlotte Tilbury website, and it costs £19 for 1.6 grams. And it says that you can cheat your way to an intense bedazzling eye in the stroke of a pencil, infused with synthetic sapphire, a mineral gemstone that has a natural soft finish to give you a smooth finish. Lasts for up to 10 hours. I find it does fade a little bit, this. Ideal for a pop of colour and brightening and widening the eyes. So, not a mega fan of these, but it does have a 4-star rating on the website, so maybe it's just me that doesn't get along with the products. I am going to finish off the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, eyeshadow's done. Wasn't the easiest blending formula that I've ever tried, but it's a decent shadow. Not blown away, but 4.6 star rating on Beauty Bay. Most people are. I just need to do liner. So I'm going to go for the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal liner in Amber Moon. I'm going to pop that in the waterline. Okay, that's going on really smooth and easy. The colour really complements my eyeshadow as well. That's really nice. That went on really easy and smooth. Really nice shade for daytime and neutral looks. I'm not finding this eyeliner on the Charlotte Tilbury website. It's out of stock on a few other websites, so I'm not sure if maybe if it's been discontinued. It is still available in some shades on the Space NK website. This is just travel size, but it's £19 for the full size. And it has a 4.4 star rating. It's a kohl pencil with crushed pearls, gives a hint of shine, it really does. Claims to be waterproof, and people really seem to love it. One person that didn't like it, but you can't please all of the people all of the time. So yeah, still available on a couple of sites at the moment, Space NK, John Lewis, but not available on Charlotte Tilbury or Cult Beauty. So sorry if you can't get hold of that one. I'm going to try out the Beauty Pie One Powder Wonder in the newer shade Exquisite Light. One Powder Wonder just started out in a translucent, and now they've brought it out in 2 Exquisite Light shades, which claim to be kind of a highlighting type powder. I'm wondering if it's going to be a dupe for the very expensive Hourglass ambient lighting powders. I've heard you only need a little, so I'm going to use a stippling brush from Model's Own. Apparently it's a very soft powder, you just need to gently touch the brush on it. Some people have not gotten well with this formula, but I think it's just a way of using it right. I think I've even put too much on the brush again there, because it didn't look like much was coming on, but there was actually quite a lot on the brush. It is glowy and radiant. It's not as radiant as the ambient lighting powder, but that doesn't mean that I don't like it. I'll put some under my eyes. I'm not sure if that's actually done much. What do you think? Quite a subtle effect, quite luminous. I don't want to build up too much because I'm scared I'm going to get cakey, and I can see that it could go cakey. But what I've got there I think is quite a nice subtle effect. Honestly, not knocking my socks off at this stage. Been a bit underwhelmed by that one. But again, my skin is looking really luminous. I've created a good base today, with the exception of that heavy under eye concealer, which I wished I hadn't used. Still looking ethereal and angelic, but yeah, I think that powder could cake if you used a lot of it. This is £30 for the powder if you're not a member of Beauty Pie. However, if you are a member of the club, it's just £6.22. Beauty Pie is a beauty buyers club. You pay an annual or a monthly membership to have access to the products at cost prices. Now this one has a 3.5 star rating on the website. I have the shade Luminescent Veil. It says it may make your favourite selfie filter obsolete. What do you think? Given naturally luminous and airbrushed finish with HG filler complex to fill in the look of lines and wrinkles. I think that's why I didn't want to put too much on, because it does have that property, and too much of that can give you a cake face. It contains a biofilament to help protect skin from light and pollution. It's Italian and it claims to be obsession worthy. So best applied with a loose brush lightly to lift and luminize natural skin tone. If applying over foundation, you can use it to create super subtle highlights. Now, shall I, for you guys, see how it works as a highlighter? So I'll just dust off that Spectrum A05 slanted brush that I used, and I've dusted some of that on. I'm going to see if I can use it as a highlighter. It's not really making a difference because I had that super glowy Natasha Denona highlight on, so yeah, this would be really subtle. People are divided on this one. Some people love it and some people are not blown away, so it seems to be a hit and miss product. I'm on the fence at the moment. Okay, I'm going to do eyebrows next, and for the first time ever I'm going to use the ABH Dipbrow. This is the shade medium brown. I tend to like a more natural eyebrow look, which is why I've never used this pomade before, but I got it in a Latest in Beauty box along with this brush. Apparently this is Victoria Beckham's favourite for her brows, so if it's good enough for VB, I'm scared. So I'm just dipping in with this end of the brush. Oh my gosh. And I guess I'm just gonna, wow. Okay, little of this goes a long way, and it's giving me a dramatic, oops, I look like the evil baby from The Simpsons. So I would advise you to go gentle with this and then build up. How do I fix this? That is a heavy looking brow. Okay, this type of product is not really for me. I've got quite decent eyebrows already. I don't really want to fake a lot of hairs. Gosh, did not learn from the mistake on the last eye. But if you like a bold defined brow. This may be for you. I'm sure the quality and staying power is going to be fab because Anastasia is the queen of brows. I think I did a little bit better on this eyebrow. It might just be a learning curve. This one looks crazy. I'm just going to take a clean brush. This is a Spectrum A28 and I'm just going to try and see if I can pick up some of that colour. I don't know if I made that worse by smudging it everywhere. Dear. I would advise, if this is your first go with this one, having a little practice before you need to look fab with it, because it certainly didn't come naturally to me. I'm going to brush through the brows with the spoolie side. It's just not my vibe. I really like the gel version of the Dipbrow. If you like the brows to be the centre of your look, you might love this, but it's just not my kind of product. I think I look scary. So the Dipbrow Pomade is £19 for 4 grams. I use the shade medium brown. It has a 5-star rating on the Cult Beauty website. Easy to use, long-lasting answer to eyebrow perfection, whatever the state of your natural arches. This tinty, creamy formula is waterproof, smudge-proof, ideal for creating defined, natural-looking brows that won't run down your face if you're caught in a torrent or melt down in a hot clime. So bold claims there. This gel mousse consistency glides on seamlessly. Applied with one of Anastasia's angled brushes, we think is best. Adheres to individual hairs. Final result is an enviable pair of uber flattering eyebrows, which will stay put till you dictate otherwise. Doubles as a budge resistant eyeliner, that's good. Love a multitasking product. And this one has legions of fans. That brush I used is also available for £18 and has a 5-star rating. What do you guys think about my eyebrows? Not sure I've done that product justice. Okay, I'm going to go on to setting spray now, and I'm going to use the iconic Prep Set and Glow. Also a bit scared about this one because it has little glitters in. Oh my gosh, things I do for you. See how we go. So shake well for an even glow. Gently spray 12 inches away from your face with the eyes closed. And you can use this before you moisturise or to finish the makeup or refresh through the day and add hydration and illumination. I'm not going to go well with that. It's got like a clean kind of laundry smelling scent. Wow, it has given an all over glow. Don't think it's as crazy as I feared. And how pretty does the bottle look? Wow. This to me is definitely screaming more disco than daytime, but I'll make it work. It gives like, I can't see chunks of glitter, but it gives like a sheen to the whole face. I'd recommend that for when you want to get uber glam, I would say, because I do look very glowy and, dare I say, very made up. I was expecting it though. I got that one in a beauty box too. Probably wouldn't have picked it, but if I ever need to amp it up a notch, if I ever need to take it to full blown glam. So I have the original shade. It is £22 for 120 millilitres. It has got a 5-star rating on the iconic London website. It claims to be, again, skincare meets makeup. That's been the theme for today. It hydrates, refreshes, fixes and illuminates. Ultra fine shimmer. I would agree with that for an all-over glow. It's 100% vegan and cruelty-free. Contains extracts of cucumber and chamomile, which will give you a standout gloss. I agree. It's not subtle. It helps to condition skin with that vitamin E. It's also got caffeine in, which combats dark circles around the eyes. This hero product is going to leave your skin revitalized and glowing. And the original shade is a perfect champagne glow to make any skin tone glossy and radiant. They have it in a glow shade, which gives a sun-kissed vibe and is suitable for any skin tone as well. And they've also got a gold shade, which would be, I think you'd look like an Oscar if you used that one. But people seem to love it. Yeah, I look a bit like I'm going to a disco, but that's fine. And for lips, I have the Victoria Beckham Bitten Lip Tint. So I think this is going to be more subtle, which might tone down my overall look. This comes in, of course, a gorgeous tortoise shell packaging, and I believe you're just supposed to apply this to dry lips. I have the newer shade in Chèrie. This one looks very pink, so let's give it a go. Oh, wow. It goes on really smooth. It's got more pigment than I was expecting. Clings to lips really nicely. I like that. Maybe more pink than I was expecting. I was expecting something a bit more natural, but I haven't really gone too natural today, have I? So it's that kind of popsicle stained lip look. There's a slight sheen which I'm not sure if it will dry down. Feels really comfortable on the lips. It feels like smooth and creamy, but it's not heavy. Don't know if I love the shade, but I love the feel and everything else about it. The formula feels really nice on the lips. So this is the Bitten Lip Tint, which is described as a weightless jelly that enhances your natural lip tone and texture with an effortless semi-matte finish for a flush of colour. So it's a deeply nourishing and hydrating formula with hyaluronic acid and squalene, visually plumps and smooth lips on application. Maybe a little bit. The Shea Natural tint is ultra comfortable, stays in place without ever feeling dry, sticky or tight, I would agree. Lips are smooth, plumped, hydrated with a lasting wash of colour. And the Chèrie is a sheer pink rose, and the other shade, Bisou, is a rich nude berry shade. This product is £32 and you get 5.7 mils. Last but not least, mascara. Now I have a mini version of the new-ish Anastasia, again, Lash Brag mascara. And that's cute. It's a volumizing formula. I'm just going to go for it. Ooh, look at that fat chunky brush. Formula feels quite dry instantly. I'm noticing length more so than volume, interestingly. Wow. That built up my lashes in seconds, and they are getting fatter as well. Don't know whether I should put this on my lower lashes. I'll just graze them with the brush. This is a high impact mascara. Again, I'd say more suited for disco than daytime. So I picked some strange makeup today. Wow. Oh, that one went on a bit clumpy, so you might have to clean off the brush. I think on my kind of first application I didn't got the full effect, and I'm getting full blown spider leg there on that lash. Oh, again, graze the bottom lashes. Wow. Do not like my lashes to be too fat, but I've got some really fat lashes. I'm going to have to even that out on the other side so we don't look crazy. This mascara is not a joke. If you like long, fat, doll lashes, this is the mascara for you. This travel size is £13 and you get just 5 mils in that one. Can't get over it, guys. It's crazy. It's intense. It's almost too intense for me, but I know some people love that look. The full size costs £26. It has a 4-star rating, doesn't have tons of reviews. That's from 10 reviews on Cult Beauty. It's a fairly new product. So it's Anastasia's first foray into mascara. Utterly must-have lash brag volumizing mascara lets you achieve maximum volume with minimum effort, so you won't be able to stop bragging about it. Get it? The voluminous mascara instant creates a look of dramatic full-bodied lashes with intense jet black colour. Specifically designed hourglass brush separates and coats each lash with the lush full pigment formula, glides on without weighing lashes down, non-drying, long-lasting. You can trust it not to flake or crust up throughout the day for a freshly applied effect hours later. I will do a check-in later with you to see how all this makeup has held up. A single coat delivers the perfect amount of the product for voluptuously defined lashes that last all day. 2 coats for extra length and thickness, and 3 coats for full-on extreme volume. I would not be down for 3 coats. Yeah, some people have said it comes quite dry. Some people have said it's not worth it. Someone said it's holy grail and amazing. So opinions are a bit mixed about this one. Again, I'd use it for a night when I wanted to look ultra glam. So there we have it. This is my full face of first impressions. That Victoria Beckham lip tint still looks juicy. So what do you think? I think it looks pretty good, you know. I look very luminous thanks to those complexion products. Look a bit too glam for the day, but never mind. I'll be back later, guys, to check in and let you know how all this makeup has held up on my face. I'm back. It is about 7 hours later and I'm here to update you on how this makeup has held up. So the makeup is still on, pretty much. Hasn't faded too badly. It's a bit crusty, but to be honest, a bit cakey rather, and I think that's because I built this powder up too much. I wanted it to have glowy, ambient lighting power vibes, but it wasn't that glowy, so I think I put too much on trying to get an effect that was never going to come. So I'll give a rundown of the products. This primer, the J1 Jelly Pack, I think it's done a decent job. The foundation's still on. Although I didn't like the feel of this at first, I think it's done a good job locking in my makeup, and it does contain those additional skincare benefits. The foundation's really nice. It cosmetics your skin but better. It makes skin look lovely. It's stayed on all day. Only thing it doesn't have an SPF, but my skin looks nice. It really is my skin but better. Great everyday foundation. It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. I found to be too heavy for my personal preference. I found it a bit cakey, a bit heavy. Didn't love this. The Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer blended in seamlessly to my skin. Seems to have stayed on nicely. If anyone's used this under their under eyes, please let me know how you got on with that in the comments. Oh, what came next? It was this Kosas Tropic Equinox palette. Yep, I rate this. It hasn't faded weird or gone patchy. I used that bronzer and highlighter duo. Blended lovely into the skin and worn nicely. I like that. And then I used the Natasha Denona Blush Glow Duo. I liked the highlighter side a lot more than the blush side. The blush was very sheer, but the highlighter was doing it for me. You can see I'm still looking very highlighty. The Latte palette was what I used for my eyeshadow. There has been some fading, some creasing. This palette is just okay for me. The Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal eyeliner has stuck in my waterline pretty well, so that's impressive. The ABH brow dip has not moved an inch as predicted. Bit heavy for my tastes, but really good product. The Charlotte Tilbury Colour Comedian has done a pretty good job sticking in that inner corner. The Victoria Beckham lip stain didn't outlast lunch, but I did have a bowl of pasta with oil in it, and I was been drinking cups of tea, so that was maybe a bit of an unfair test, but it's still visible. It's faded kind of nicely. Didn't quite live up to my high expectations, but a really, really nice product. This powder I've talked about didn't quite do it for me. The setting mist was a bit too glam for my taste. I'll just see if it can refresh the makeup. As it says, it can prime, set and refresh. Wow, looking dewy again. If you're a glam gal or guy, this could be for you. Lash Brag mascara has flaked a tiny bit, but nothing excessive. If you love glam lashes, this one is good for you. So some good finds in there for me. My favourite thing was probably the highlighter out of this. And that was my full face of first impressions. If you've tried any of these, please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for being with me today, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye guys.